Was he? Yeah. I knew him on and off for many years. We had a very strange relationship. He was, I never belonged to his clan because I made fun of him. And nobody ever made fun of Hemingway. Mm. But I did. And he took it, but he didn't like me to do it in front of the club.
You know, instead of going to the mall, can I go to the thrift store and then I can get lots of stuff? And I would, you know, I was really into like being like my little ska girl skirts, and I would peg everything, and I had everything pegged like this tight. And like I would get Levi's and peg them like that tight. But it was just like all about like sewing and projects in my room, and nobody was, you know, nobody could come in there because it was dangerous with all the pins, and it was a bit, always projects, you know. And that was just all through high school. And then never thinking for a second about being a designer. Always going, God, what am I going to be when I grow up, you know? Meanwhile, I'm in this band, and then...
I feel like that's
He's bringing the whole package. He's bringing the hot, the fun, the smart, the lovable, the cuddleable.
See, I was going to say it, but it's a lot better coming from her.
It really is.
I mean, if I said you were cuddleable...
Cuddleable.
Thank you.
I don't even think that's a word, but...
I'm from Texas, we make up stuff. Isn't that right?
Learned that, yes. Past 8 years.
I guess...
I think I've always been very creative. You know, I was always, it was art, it was drama, it was music. I was always very good at creative writing. I was top of those classes. It's just that my spelling was awful. Again, the teachers that I had recognised how important it was that I knew that the points that I was making and the pieces of creative writing, the stories that I were telling, were great and were valid and were interesting, and that they gave me a mark for that. And that
Luckily, the character is very, very spelled out. I mean, Buffy is Joss's creation. And I love the fact that Buffy's a role model. I wish that when I was growing up, there was a character like Buffy, a strong female that was okay with who she was, not the smartest, not the prettiest. I didn't have that, and I think that's something so many girls can identify with. And she kicks butt, and that's pretty cool on top of that. So it's great, and it takes almost a pressure away from me because Buffy is so well written and so clear.
There I can find a new drama. For example, I found when I came to New York, immediately I found that what I have to do in New York, in the Brighton Beach, is Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky, but today, on Manhattan, because I think it's the only place in the world you can play Crime and Punishment as a part of contemporary life.
You want it to be played by Slavic people?
Yeah, there is a big number of Russian population living in South Brooklyn, Coney Island, and I would like to take a criminal level of the story and put into the new, completely new story about Raskolnikov, but who lives as a Russian immigrant today in the States.
That's a good idea. How old are you?
I'm going to be 35 at the end of the month.
You think you're a genius or something?
No.